Hey guys, hey. Hmm? Hey, how y'all doing?
Hi.
Hey, as y'all can see, I got my little sidekick over here again. I'm gonna try to keep her out the way. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, that's Autumn. Hey, Tori, Trial and Error, Sincerely Brie, Latrice, Janie, Ray, Neek, CM. Hey, how you doing? Thank you,
Hi.
Mia. Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
God is in control. Hey, how you doing? She will be a year old in September. I'm sorry, 2 years old in September. Sorry about that. That's a sign you need to go for number 4.
Hey.
Really?
Hey.
Hold up, y'all. Say hey.
Hey. Hey.
They said hey.
Hey. Hey.
Um, I just wanted to come on real quick. She's helping to keep me occupied right now. I wanted to come on really quick and just talk about some of the stuff that's been going on. And I'm trying to keep her on that bubble guppies right now so she won't be all up in the camera. Um, I'm making it. That's the best I can give you right now. I'm making it. Um, just to kind of fill you guys in, I have put the video up. Hey, Lisa. Just to give people an idea that night, because that night I was actually just leaving my one of my nephew's house where the incident took place with my other nephew. Um, and I just want to touch on this really quick because I saw something that was posted tonight. Well, I saw it tonight. It was posted this evening by another blogger, a view from Tracy's Point, I think. Um, she posted something on the community wall and it showed up on my timeline. So I just wanted to touch on this stuff real quick because it's important right now and I think it's relevant right now. So those of you that were with me this past Friday, um, a little bit later than this, I received a phone call last Friday night, a week ago today, from one of my nephews. And he was upset on the phone. And basically, he let me know that one of my other nephews had shot himself and that he had passed. So basically, he kept saying ever since my brother died that he wanted to be with his daddy. So he said that up until the day that he left here. So as of this past Wednesday, he's not only beside his dad physically, but he's with his dad spiritually. Um, so my nephew was 17 years old. And I'm having this conversation because a lot of people were talking about things that were going on. A lot of people had conspiracy theories and were putting different things out there, and everybody knew what was going on, you know, even though they weren't there. And, you know, he would never do anything like that. And you just never know what people have going on. And he's been saying that the last time we were actually in Chicago for the court hearing, I think that was in March, I got a call about him saying it, and I couldn't go see him because I was in Chicago. So it hits a little different. It hits a little different. Hey, spill the tea. It hits a little different. I've been a crisis coordinator for mental health for years, and I was the person that went and talked to people that were having thoughts about hurting themselves, and the person that commit those people to involuntary treatment. Everybody has so many questions. Well, why did he do it this way? Why didn't he do it? Hey, millionaire. He could have did it then. Like, he's the only person that can answer that question for you. But I'm still a firm believer that regardless of what method that we try to leave here, if it's not our time to go, we're not going to go. And if it is our time, there's nothing we can do about it. So, I'm saying that because I listened to all of the conversations, and my other nephews, 3 of them were there because he was at one of my other nephews' house. So 3 of my other nephews were there when he did it. They weren't in the room, but they were there. So this is something that they have to deal with too. Hey, Larry. Something that they have to deal with too. So when people are putting all these conspiracies, hey, Lulu, thank you, conspiracies and all this kind of stuff out there, you know, people aren't really thinking about, hey, James, how it not only affects my family, but how it affects his brothers. This was the baby boy out of all my brother's kids. This was the baby boy. And this one just hits different. It hits different. So I wanted to make sure that I came on. Like I said, I went on the homepage today, and I saw A View from Tracy's Point had a post up there about a YouTube blogger that had committed suicide. Hey, Pico, a YouTube blogger that had that hurt herself, and she was being cyberbullied for a long time. And I know a lot of people take that as a joke. Now, I'm not saying that my nephew was being cyberbullied, but the thing is, hey, Martha. Hey, K-Baby. The thing is, regardless of what a person is going through, you don't know what a person's mind state is. So that's why I try not to get involved in the negativity that goes on a lot on social media, period. Not just YouTube, but on social media, period. And I just hope that, you know, that story, it won't hit a lot of people, because most of the time if something doesn't affect you directly, then a lot of people usually don't care about it. Whether this affects you directly, that doesn't matter. The thing is that at some point, you know, you could be standing on the other side of this situation. And this is a side that I never thought that I would be. I'm not going to say I never thought about it happening with somebody close to me like that. Definitely not one of my nephews. So my hope is that people will really stop and think. She want to compete with me now. That people will really stop and think about She turning everything on now. She turning on the baby shark and everything. She just competing right now. But just people to stop and think about what other people may be going through. All this stuff that people are, people are doing and just putting stuff out there, and people get to the point of getting tired, you know? And it shouldn't have to get to the place where somebody wants to hurt themselves or even think about hurting themselves. And even if they don't have that thought, it shouldn't get to the point where, hey, Gospel Glam, it shouldn't get to the point where you're even wondering whether or not this world will be better off without you. And that's what happens with a lot of people. That's what happens with a lot of people. Like, they start getting these thoughts, and even the reality of, that's how you feel. I don't know. It gets to the Tiari. Hey, how you doing? It gets to the point where I'm gonna just let you be great. Go ahead, do your thing. Okay, DJ Autumn. A whole mess. Um,
Yay.
Yay. Good job. So, so we got DJ Autumn on the ones and twos over here. Here we go. Look.
Yay.
Say bye.
Bye.
We're just hoping that people take a few minutes to really look at what's going on, and thank you, Martha. Really look at what's going on and decide. Somebody has to decide to make a decision of just put an end to the foolishness, because I mean it's not worth it. And I don't know about anybody else, but I would hate to feel like I'm left with somebody's blood on my hands, because I wouldn't let up, because I chose to keep coming after people, or putting stuff in the atmosphere to make somebody feel some type of way, to feel like they're worthless, to feel like there's no hope, to just feel lost. I don't want to be that person. I refuse to be that person. So I just decided to basically take the situation with my family and try to use it as a lesson for other people. It's a blessing and a curse at the end of the day. You really don't know how people care about you, how much people love you, what kind of respect they have for you until you're no longer here. And it's good to let people know after the fact, but just showing them that respect from the beginning, it goes a long way, and it can also help people that may be having thoughts about certain things. You know, your light may be that one thing that helps get them out of that dark place that they could be in. So I'm just hoping that everybody is mindful whenever they're thinking about this stuff. And if you're honest with yourself, I don't think there are a I don't think there are too many people that you gonna watch it? Let me hold it. I don't think that there are too many people up here that haven't had some type of moment where they felt helpless, or not so much to the point that you wanted to hurt yourself, but maybe you just felt like you'd be better off if you weren't here, like however that looks. You know, a lot of people, we go through things, so we have moments. So what I'm gonna do, just like I did with my brother, because this is something different, especially when you lose somebody during this season. Hey Elizabeth, when you lose somebody during this season, it's not filled with all the family and friends and, you know, the huge support system that you may have before this coronavirus and stuff kicked off. Hey Kim, thank you. So it looks a lot different now. And if you have people there that are willing to come out and show support or do whatever, then, you know, that's something to be not only grateful, but I mean, you definitely have to be thankful for that, because, you know, people are in a place right now where they don't want to come out and put themselves at risk, and who can blame them? So if you have people that are willing to step up and just try to make someone else feel a little bit better in whatever situation they may be going through, you have to respect that. So I was gonna put the video that we have for my nephew. I was gonna show it like I did my brother's, but I don't want anybody trying to take any part of that and do something else with it, because we know a lot of these people on here are just heartless, and some people just straight evil. So sometimes when you have a personal story attached, it kind of it hits home and makes you look at things a lot differently. So I'm just sharing a couple things with you guys. Yeah, I got Missy for a week. This is the kids from my nephew's school came out and they did a candlelight visual form, and it says "Long Live Nuna." No, y'all see that light in there? I'm trying to get past it.
Baby.
Mm-hmm. They had a lot going on, so I won't show everything, but just to give you guys an idea, this is my nephew sending up a balloon for their baby brother right here. So that's my niece holding it, my nephew on the other side with the shorts on, and the one that you see keep walking around, that's one of my other nephews. But I think maybe 200 kids came out, y'all, and you know they've been quarantined, and
Yeah. Let's me.
that's our baby boy going up in the air, and his brother seeing him off. You get to see the young men like step up in a. This is one of the other brothers sending his off. Well, that's all. Well, three of them right there. My screen is so nasty. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's hard to see the grown folks step up, but you see these young men, you see them all stepping up and doing things that we've been trying to get other adults to do for God knows how long. We've been trying to get other people to step up and just do something. So when I see my nephews, when I see these young men, still boys to me, but when I see them stepping up, and like I said, doing stuff that we can't even get some of these grown folks to do, when they see how serious the situation is, there's a lot that we can learn from them. You got to be careful. There's a lot that we can learn from them. And I don't know.
Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So they basically came and stayed at my house Tuesday night.
No. Wait.
Yeah, they stayed at my house Tuesday night, and the goal, you know, I just let them chill or whatever. I said, do whatever. I'm have a seat. Here.
It was their job to protect the kingdom from fires. Oh no! There's a fire-breathing dragon!
Don't drop it. Here, sit back. Just watching them get together to like make sure that everything was good, make sure everything was taken care of, to make sure that all their other siblings were in a good space and really understood what was going on. That was something big for me because it actually took a load off me. And so they all came together. They got up Wednesday morning before the funeral. That night they stayed up designing a shirt for their brother. They picked what they were gonna wear, what they wanted everybody to wear to the funeral. But the biggest part is they woke up early that morning and they got up and all of them chipped in and cooked breakfast for each other, and they wanted to sit down and have a grown folks conversation. So like I said, my nephew was the baby out of the group. He was 17. He was going to be 18 on July 3rd. And then I also have a niece that's 18 and she's graduating this year. So now she's the baby. Well, she was the baby girl, but now she's the baby out of the group, period. But just making sure, the older ones wanted to make sure that the younger ones understood what was going on. And just talking to them about how to deal with things. And that was major for me to see them step up like that. It was a major thing. And to see them keeping each other, they made sure that they all stayed close. They're actually still together now. So it's good to see people that are in their teens and 20s stepping up, doing what 40 and 50 and 60-year-olds can't do or aren't willing to do. So, and even addressing a lot of the conspiracies and stuff that was put out there, they went over basically every one of those things that was put out there to make sure everybody was on the same page. Just talk to each other about how they're handling, hearing different stuff from people that weren't there. And I thought those were some boss moves. So I have to tip my hat to those young people, because they pulled up and nobody had to tell them to do anything. They did what they knew needed to be done and what they felt needed to be done. And I'm just hoping that just even by saying this, that somebody gets something out of this, some kind of understanding that, nobody has to tell you to do the right thing. Nobody has to tell you not to pick at people. Nobody has to tell you, not to come after people. Nobody has to tell you that. That's understood. And they say what's understood don't have to be explained. That's something that should already be understood. So at the end of the day, they say you can learn a lot from a dummy. I'm saying you can learn a lot from a child. Because these kids, we like to say that people are acting young. No, I'm saying now that people are acting old. You're in the, when kids start acting silly, I'm thinking they're acting old, not young. Because it's the younger people now that I'm seeing that's holding this fork down. And I don't know. Even in the midst of all this, like I told you before, when the stuff happened with my brother, there was some stuff going on. I disappeared from this time. Like I said, it's been a week ago today, and still, some stuff going on. People won't give you a break even in your vulnerable times. And like I said, it's not so much that the stuff just, hurts me or anything like that. But I'm like, if you can't find any ounce of, if not sympathy, empathy in your heart, if you can't back away whenever you know that people are going through something, then you really have to question what type of person you are. Shoot, you might need to question whether or not you're a person at all. Real talk.
Firefighter Knights
So
to the rescue.
just something to think about. Um,
A royal fire needs a royal dousing with water.
get up. Get up and get it. You acting like a straight diva right now.
That should do it, Molly. Yes, it did. Fire's out. Yeah, look. There's the fire-breathing
Right, sincerely, me be right. Right.
no more breathing fire on
Somebody sent me something. Y'all didn't. No, I don't. It is what it is. But let me say this.
as I thought. Extra hot.
Any of you that have been watching my channel, I told you that my family is a family of medical people.
Better?
So,
We saved the kingdom.
anything that's been put out there about my sister being an attorney, that is a bald-faced lie. If you've been rocking with me, then you know that my sister is a nurse practitioner, a family nurse practitioner. So,
Heroes. We have super hair
lies.
and it's our job to protect.
Somebody contacted me about you leaking milk. Somebody contacted me about oh Lord, I think power of attorney or something like that. Y'all,
Changed our hair into hairballs. Quick, to the salon.
I barely got darn power over my darn self. You really think that me? Let's
We need your help
whatever.
to fix our hair and stop the hairball's tangled waves. Use these tabs to choose hairstyles.
So
Change hair colors.
but to me, that's just another form of bullying. It's another form of intimidation. It's another form of immature behaviors that people aren't willing to
Take a picture with
address. I'm just asking everybody that's on here, regardless of what you feel about anybody, just please, address some of these behaviors. Address some of the stuff that you know just is not,
to give a superhero due to first.
you know what I mean? Just, for anybody, if you're not about that life, don't be about that life. Don't be about that life.
Totally awesome.
So
Hair colors.
that's all I'm saying on that. I wanted to just,
Sensational. Looking good.
mention that real quick. At some point, like, somebody has to decide to be the grown-up. Somebody.
Wow.
Because these kids don't know what to do. I mean, they're looking at us. We're acting like them. They're having to act like us. Like, they don't know what direction to go in right now.
Nice one. Uh-oh. Hairball is back. Look at great job.
They see your head.
All right.
So, that's really what I came on for. I wanted to thank all you guys for your condolences.
Okay, let's try this.
On the community page, I didn't go through and respond to everybody because we were like literally like dealing with a lot. And these last couple of days, I've just had to
A perfect pick. Got him.
just try to take a moment to attempt to take it all in and try to
Great choice.
deal with it for myself, because you have to be there for other family members and stuff like that. So you have to be, hey, Miss Hill, thank you. You have to be
Amazing.
sure that you take some time for yourself to regroup. So that's pretty much where I am right now. It doesn't matter if you're a mental health professional or not. Everybody needs to take a minute to regroup. Everybody needs to take a minute to regroup. I don't care who you are. So I appreciate you, Pico. You always speak up. No matter what it is, you always speak up. And we need more of that out here. So thank you. We definitely need more of that out here. Yeah, Miss Fat, it's a rough one. It's a rough one.
Hair colors.
Definitely a rough one.
Totally awesome.
But we're gonna make it through. You know, it hurts,
Uh-oh, hairball, great job.
but also, we understand that every day, every minute, every breath that we take in this life brings us closer to death. So,
Looking good.
um, you just kind of have to, have your moment and find a way to keep it pushing.
Totally hair colors. Fantastic.
And don't forget, what the things that are still here that you still need to take care of. So,
Great choice. Very heroic. Simply
butterfly in this hay, hey, hey.
superheroes have never looked better. And neither has
So I just wanted to come on with that. I didn't have, I don't have anything major going on. I haven't been on here. I stepped out the bushes one day
Tissue girl.
to listen to some music that somebody had playing. But other than that, I've been staying out the way. Not even wanting to get involved in all of the stuff, because the more you come out, the easier it is for people to try to pull you into stuff. So I made a conscious decision not to come out and put that energy in my space right now. So
More tissue.
like I said again, I appreciate you guys. I do. I couldn't respond to everything, but I did make sure that I went and acknowledged your comment by at least putting a heart or a like beside it or whatever, so that you'll know that I did see it. Thank you, Kim. So I may come back another time and show my appreciation in another way. But for today, this is what we have. Tonight, this is what we have. So I hope you guys, hold it in the road. I was actually looking at Kevin Terrell's live. I don't know if he did it today or yesterday. And I saw a young lady in there. And honestly, I saw something different in his whole demeanor, y'all. This stuff is doing something to people, But I saw a young lady in there and a couple other people actually that were talking about losing family members to COVID-19 or whatever. And I'm saying, y'all, this stuff is real. This stuff is real. It doesn't matter your method of leaving. It's just that we have to realize that this stuff is real. And it's not that these times are so much different than other times, but at this particular time it's really hitting you because you see that there's no discriminating. Yeah, we talk about a disparity or whatever, but you see this thing is hitting young, old, black, white, Chinese, Nigerian, like it's hitting all over the place. So
I'll stay out here and take care of the workers.
just seeing people coming out and they're expressing this stuff about losing family members, and there was a young lady on his page, and I'll try to get with them to find out what her name is, but there was a young lady that was expressing that they had to bury her aunt, and they didn't have insurance, and we just dealt with that. We had to take care of my nephew's stuff, so I understand completely. And that's a whole other subject I get on later. That's definitely a subject I get on later. Just talking to my people, making sure that we're covered. Y'all, this is gonna sound completely off, and I'm not gonna stay on here too long, but we have to get out of the habit of not making sure that we are covered. Those that are close to us, family members, spouses, kids, we need to make sure that we are covered. We definitely have to make sure that we are covered. And if you're old enough, you need to make sure that you are covered so that if something does happen to you, that's not left on other people. I think everybody has a different situation, but I think it kind of gets to a point of selfishness because you know that when you leave here, you're not going to have to worry about things anyway. So a lot of things are left on a lot of, the family. So, hey, Ree, how you doing? A lot of things are left on the family, and the person that left, they're gone, so they don't have to carry that burden. But a lot of things are left on the family, and like I said, we didn't mind. Like, it was no big thing. And like I said, my nephew was still a child, so there's something different with that. But for the ones that are able, to be able to pay a couple dollars a month to make sure that they have some kind of coverage. Like, think about your family when it comes down to that stuff, especially if you know you're not taking the best care of yourself. If you know that you out there doing things that are a bit reckless, like, think about everybody else and how that affects other people in the long run. Because it's always somebody else that ends up left holding,
Mommy.
Thank you, Adrena. But I know y'all hear this cartoon all in the background, so I'm gonna get off here. Like I said, I appreciate you again. I honestly, I truly appreciate you. You know I gotta appreciate you. I come talking to y'all, I'm all hemmed up like this. Yeah. Yeah, some tight. Especially parents. You gotta make sure your kids covered, Lord. Gotta make sure they covered. So maybe that's just a talk. Maybe just to spark a conversation with some families. Thank you, Miss Fat. Spark a conversation with some families, and have them looking at some things. Even if you do have insurance, make sure your stuff is up to date. If you know that you're not dealing with somebody, you're not married to somebody anymore, like whatever, situations change, make sure that you have updated your paperwork so that the people that you want to take care of things are actually the ones that are taking care of it. You know what I mean? So a lot of people get, complacent, and it's like certain things happen. They don't even think about that stuff. They think about everything but. And then it takes something like this to remind you. And you might think about it for a minute, and then the next thing it's not a thought anymore. So just keep that keep that thought on your mind. Not that you go around thinking about death all the time, but we know it's inevitable. So right. You still right. Now I'm saying, you talking about some stuff, maybe $12 a month, y'all. At the end of the day, we say, oh, that stuff don't matter. We don't want to think about it now. You have to think about it. So, but yeah, I just wanted to update you guys a little bit on what was going on with me and my family. Like I said, my nephew, he made a choice about where he wanted to be and what he wanted to do, and he wanted to be with his dad. So ultimately, he's laying beside his dad right now. So we know both of them are taken care of. So Turn this thing down.
The one, the only,
Look, go.
Gil! All we need now is a great director.
Okay.
What's a director? A director is someone who helps
Yeah.
put the whole story together so it looks and sounds swimsuit.
So with that being said, guys, I'm not gonna stay on here. I don't wanna make anybody's night gloomy, you know, talking about this stuff. So,
Valentine's Day, just like today, a young
but after seeing the thing from Miss Tracy about the other person,
Valentine's Day party.
about the other person, the blogger or whatever, taking her life after being cyberbullied and all that stuff, I just think it's a good thing to touch on. I think it needs to be touched on. And I'm hoping that you guys, whenever you get a chance, that you know, you just remind people like this is not the business. This is not what it is. We are made of better stuff. And this confusion, that's not of us. It's not of us and it shouldn't be by us. So
We get it. But someone else wanted that Valentine's Day gift too. You, the villain. Oh, Dragon.
this girl a whole trip. So y'all see I got my hands full anyway. So I can't tell you when the next time I may be on. I can tell you if you go back and try to replay this video, I don't remember if I explained this before, but whatever YouTube has going on, when we post a live or whatever, it's taking like a full day to process. So if you try to go back and see it, the video may not show. The video is not down. It's just taking a full 24, sometimes close to 48 hours for the videos to process. So if there's something that you want to go back and see or whatever, that's what's going on with that. Hey, Patricia. So, like I said, I'm getting your messages. I may not respond right now because we're trying to get stuff together. And on top of that, I haven't been talking to you guys, but I had accepted a lead psychologist position. So I'm like having to move between two places and try to get two households taken care of. So, you guys will start seeing me. Sometimes you'll see me here. Sometimes you'll see me at the other spot. So,
Hey, yeah. Go. Go.
so just preparing y'all for that. So y'all won't think I'm like bouncing all over the place so that I just keep picking up moving. I'm just gonna have to, I don't want to sell my house. Basically, that's all it is. I don't want to sell my house. So I'm getting another place. So that's what it boils down to. Yeah, she said get. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off here. Appreciate you guys again. Thank you for the condolences. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support.
Oh.
Right, Martha, right. I'm working on this right here, right now, so I'm just gonna throw this out here. Try to practice forgiving people, even when you know that they did you all types of wrong. Like really work on forgiving people so that you can move forward and not get stuck in any situations because of your inability to forgive and move on. Thank you, Miss Fat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Then she really smiled. She loved it.
So if you can do that, a lot of things work themselves out. And Pico, I saw your comment about um, living for today. You know, there's a song that says, I don't worry about tomorrow. I just live my life day to day.
Fantastic! I love it! The Queen's gift reminded our hero that the true meaning of Valentine's Day is to celebrate friendship.
Thank y'all for the hearts. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Hey, real world.
Bye.
They didn't say bye yet.
So, we come to the end of
Bye.
So me and this Rock and Robin, thank you. Me and this little one right here, we're gonna sign off. Vonda, thank you. She is, Pico, I promise she is. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
we're putting on my special Valentine's play.
She is on one today. So I'm gonna let her say bye.
I am the narrator,
Tell them bye.
Bye.
one telling the
Say thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So again, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend. And just until next time, y'all just be safe and try to practice forgiveness, man. We don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. So with that being said, you guys have a good night. We're gonna sign off. Like I said, even if I'm not up here, I'm in the bushes, so I may drop in whenever I can, but you know, y'all take care of yourself.